was Arthur's 79th birthday. For him, just a day like any other. But it was his birthday. He'd no one to send him a birthday card, but he wasn't going to let the day pass without putting some cards on show. He'd stored them away over the years. Some from friends now long gone, and one in particular he treasured, from Mary. The last one she'd given him before she'd passed away, 8 years ago. There'd be no party for him, not that he and Mary had ever been ones for partying. When they were younger, they'd go out for a celebration dinner, and later, when they were a bit older, they'd preferred a nice lunch somewhere. A bottle of wine. He wasn't that keen on wine, but Mary liked it on their birthdays. He'd not touched wine since she'd gone. Just liked a pint now, very occasionally down the Legion. There wasn't even anybody left there now who knew his birthday. Today he'd dress up for his birthday. After all, it was a bit special. "60 years ago, on his 19th birthday, he'd been dropped over Arnhem. So yes, he'd dressed properly for this special day. When he and Mary were younger, she'd usually make him a cake for his birthday. She made a lovely cake. He missed them. Today he'd go into town and treat himself to just a little cake. He'd never eat a big one, not on his own. He'd have it later with a nice cup of tea, with his cards and Mary's picture for company. They were kids when they married, just before he went off to prepare for the big drop. She'd waited for him to come home from the POW camp. He'd copped a couple of bullets, but the Jerry doctors had looked after him quite well. All his old mates were long gone. He'd never really bothered to keep in touch. The odd reunion in the years after the war was all a long, long time ago, and he was getting weary. So many of his mates never came back. What was it that officer had said at their final briefing? "Don't worry, chaps, it'll be a piece of cake."